So I'm just finishing up a bowl of kale that's been destemmed and then marinated and rubbed together with lime and orange juice and some honey. And then lettuce is in here. And I'm about to add some cilantro. There's also, I have in a jar, it is kelp granulated, not even granulated, ground kelp, and that's on here as well. It gives a nice savory flavor to the salad, and it helps to avoid like things like having tamari or too much coconut aminos, that kind of thing. Here goes some garlic. I had stopped having garlic for many, I have to almost say many years. It was my belief that I believed that it's crossed over certain things in the brain and that it interrupted with clear meditation. So out it went. I didn't find that I needed it. I didn't think I needed something so strong. That is a belief in the Zen Buddhist, is to avoid things like peppers. This is a beautiful jalapeno, I think. It could be another pepper, don't quote me, but I got to buy it. It's nice and ripe, and it looked just ready for eating. This is how much I can usually take. It's the biggest amount I eat of pepper in any one meal. This one I can already feel the smell of it going up my nose. And then it goes. So in those traditions, they take out garlic, onions, anything spicy like a pepper, spicy powder, no sriracha. This is done on the mandolin. I don't add salt to wilt it down or anything. I've done that once. You add salt to this, adding salt to the cucumber, and let it sit for about 30 minutes, but then rinsing it off. The accumulated salt in the body causes many issues. We have a nice small red onion. The outside salts aren't assimilate the body very well, and with the imbalances that most people have with other outside minerals, that can lead to a lot of what is it called? Gathering in the joints and other parts of the body. It's when cleansing and you're taking out the salt, eventually the clean diet, clean foods start to shake up those little salt spots, deposits that actually can harden, like calcium deposits. And so when I cut the onion, I don't get runny eyes. Years without onion. I wasn't having onion either. It was okay for me. But I have a feeling they're doing their job now. So, and goes with the cucumber. which makes a great salad. The old-fashioned way of making it was taking cucumber and onion, and I remember recipes with adding sugar to it. That's all I remember, sugar. Probably put salt on it. So now the option is none of that, some herbs, or what's really nice is the wateriness of the cucumber works great with putting on some raw honey mixed in with that. Where we can look at the course that I have written to help. It's just written not from a standpoint of a particular way of or group. I kind of see raw foodism became an ism and a group rather than acknowledging, well, it became what it became. So the radishes are nice with the cucumber as well. So the course we have here at Unique Raw Foods, Raw Living Foods course is focused more on getting back to the basics. That's what course 1 really is about. There's some self-work in it. A lot of the self-work would have to do with cleaning out the kitchen and learning maybe a new system of how to handle day-to-day kitchen happenings, organization, and rethinking tools and paring down almost, really. And also in there, some of the food ideas to get started. And it really is to keep a focus and examination on your part as well as to the why one would want to have more living and raw foods in their diet. I have this enthusiasm for it. It's so much fun to have been to a number, not many, but several at least, raw food potlucks, gatherings of people who really spend their time eating the same way. And it's such a good feeling because there's so much beautiful food there, albeit sometimes a lot of the high nut content foods, which are usually higher fat foods, all sorts of things that way. But even with that, one can walk away having met some cool people, eaten some really nourishing food, and not feeling like you can't drive home, whether you were drinking or not, from too much, if you've had too much lasagna or something. It is such a beautiful experience. So that is also hopefully conveyed in the course. The course includes the booklets, which are very self-explanatory, but are basic. They're not made to be huge tomes explaining more things, because I have some very good references where with questions you can get answers through simply using some of the resources that I have found to be reliable and truthful in terms of how they actually relate to the body's function. Not just saying that something's going to do something and then you've followed it for a long time and it's not really doing that all along, but information that you can use to actually focus on things that you want to be doing and have it work, plus having the option for personal one-on-one and really being able to have your time, an hour, just to be guided through step by step, and by your guidance as well. I literally put this together today just to be able to show you what's missing, do you think? But anyway, the radish tops here I've taken off. I'm very fortunate to have radishes coming to me with big, huge bundles of greens on the top. And these greens, you might look at them and say, oh, they look a little rough. However, they're actually very tender. They're almost, they have a texture to them, but it's not sharp and pointy like they sort of appear. And they're one of the most beneficial foods for the digestion and have some very easily assimilated properties to them that nothing else contains, nothing else. So here's a nice big handful. If we wadded it up, it might be about a half a cup of cilantro. Unbeneficial copper in your liver, which eventually becomes a heavy load when you get a heavy load of heavy metals or toxins in the liver. Eventually, if the liver overflows, then it starts to come out, and copper starts to give symptoms of skin issues like eczema or psoriasis or something like that. There's all sorts of things that can happen. But that is a telltale sign of high copper. And these sprays that are on, say, your organic avocado, another funny hair day, on your avocado, do that. So the idea is to wash the avocado with some soap and warm to hot water to help get that off. I hope that helps. There is copper in avocados. They're somewhat of a high copper fruit, but that's going to be a lot different than ingesting a man-made copper product. Okay, babies, I wanted to talk more about the course one a bit. Show you what a salad looks like again. And show that it can be really simple. This one's not having avocado. Then it gets into the greens and gets them moist and just makes them easier to chew and digest. All right, I just made a simple salad for you today because I've been away so long and wanted to try out this new lighting and all. I'm going to be posting some pictures of my recipes. I'm rewriting one of the recipe booklets where it's a compilation of 4 or 5 recipe booklets that not just the recipes, but with the shopping list, and then there's always a bonus thing that has to do with like your skin or there was skin. Oh, the Asian Harmony one is very nice. It really puts a different twist and keeps things low fat. Please know that I'm so grateful if you are a subscriber and are watching. And if a like can go on, that's great. It starts to move my videos into something other than my own expression and sharing. That's it. Stay beautiful and stay strong. Write down in below if you have a hard time making salads and having them very regularly, if you find them beneficial or if you're having challenges with it.